What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Triangle. This is your boy D.
And it's your girl, CJ.
And it's probably one of the very few people that are being responsible for this stimulus check. I am tired of you people. Yes, you people. Spending up your little stimulus. First of all, hardly shit is open. So I don't know what the fuck you're buying online.
They're at Walmart.
Listen,
Everybody's at Walmart buying up
not
crazy.
that serious. I'm like, these TVs and all these devices. I'm like,
And my mom went and bought a TV.
what happened? They not finna give no more quote unquote free money. And then your ass come July gonna be like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent. I'll tell you how you pay your goddamn rent, Brenda. You return that fucking TV you got that you didn't need. Just had to get it. People getting
Just
it.
had to get it.
Listen.
You know how many stimulus animals pets I've seen on my timeline now? From people that I know.
Stimulus animals?
Yeah, they're buying pets and
Stimulus
shit.
pets. People are buying pets. They buying tigers. They buying.
You know, tigers are only $2,000.
Tigers are only $2,000.
Just say. So I'm like, I can't.
Got the $1,200 to put to supplement your tiger budget?
I'm like, if you couldn't afford it before this, don't. But you know, who am I?
But it's gonna cost you $2,000 a month to feed them motherfuckers. What the hell are you gonna
Pretty
feed
much.
them?
I don't think people are thinking, oh, we're about to have wild tigers now? Because people can't afford them.
'Cause
You know
people
how
can't
people
afford
be
them,
like
they don't
letting
know.
their pets
They had
loose?
calls about that shit before. Where people like to gather up their little wild ass animals because they roaming and shit. I can't do it. I'm just putting the good seeds out there. I just hope you stack a little bit of this away because most people are living paycheck to paycheck. We
Right.
don't know what the fuck's gonna happen later on in this year, anything else, especially as cold and flu season is gonna come back around. So we don't know what strain of this
You need
virus
to be
we're gonna-
prepared.
Yeah, so just like I ain't saying don't buy bullshit, but don't like spend all your money on bullshit.
Nah.
Don't spend all your money on the bullshit.
I'm Brandy. You're
That was a long ass rant.
right. After I go the fuck off.
Yeah, but no, seriously, my mom went and got a TV, and I was like, "You're one of them." She started laughing. I was like, "That's not funny."
They just couldn't wait. And I just see in the story like, so no food in your car. Like, no, you just came here for this big ass TV.
No, they snatched all the food off the shelf last month. Remember? They got toilet paper in that motherfucker too. They were one of them.
I
Yeah.
will say this. I think that people should be prepared through the rest of the year too, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know why they're buying TVs in Walmart Walmart got it though. They was like, somebody up there was like, you know what's gonna happen? People are gonna buy some shit. They were like, these niggas is gonna get $3,400 because they got a whole ass family.
They get $500 each kid. Oh, they gonna want to buy some shit.
Oh yeah, because they're like that $500 feel like a little extra right now.
Oh yeah, people
You know
are.
what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, people are feeling themselves with these purchases.
Girl.
Right. Okay.
Listen, I am not gonna stop having extra food in the house just because, like, I just replace what I use every 3 to 4 weeks because my ass has been shopping every 3 to 4 weeks. I don't know about y'all, but I don't even do my bi-weekly anymore. I have been going out as little as possible because you know what? I'm going to be okay after this. I don't know about y'all, like.
I'm okay now. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm okay. It's just that I'm way more. I don't want to use the word paranoid. I just like knowing the science behind how infections work. Like, I feel like I need to do my own part. And that's up to each individual. I'm not trying to lay it down thick like you got to. But, you know, if you really want outside to open back up, maybe you should consider doing it. Just saying. I know all these people going to be real mad 4th of July come around and nobody can go nowhere.
Oh, not their America.
Not their America.
Not their barbecue.
Speaking of which, right into our topic of the day is quote unquote the new normal ?
Hell no.
Listen.
Tell me how you feel.
I really don't like this term that they're trying to like. It's a buzzword right now, right? Like the new normal after this virus. And I was telling you guys, like in Japan, they're using the phrase the new way of life after the virus. And there's countless other places. Like I was just reading, even what is it? South Korea is calling the new normal, blah, blah, blah. Like every country is using that buzzword, which is really weird.
If you want to drink the Kool-Aid, that's on you, motherfucker. But I tell you what, I don't have plans on living the rest of my life like this.
No, not like this.
That's y'all motherfucking fantasy, not mine. I ain't trying to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to do. I got places to go. I got people to see.
Because what they're trying to say is that
this frequent flyer miles is not.
It's not about to. No, hell no.
Stay gone.
I mean, with the cash prices at the gas station. I mean, dude, yesterday
with the Costco. Ooh.
I went to Kroger and I have a Kroger, like, those points cards, because Kroger is bomb. You can save up to $1 off if you buy enough stuff at Kroger. All I had was 20 cents yesterday on it. Do you know how much I paid for my full ass tank of gas? $11.50.
That's crazy.
$5 is gas money again. That's half a tank.
Again, that's sad. Them days is long
When's
gone.
the last time you told your friend, I'll give you $5 on it, and they took you somewhere? It was like high school. Like
It definitely was, wasn't it? But wasn't there times where it was like, depending on where you was at, I forget what happened in the economy when we got back stateside, but I promise you, in the middle of like some butt fuck place in Nebraska, it was like $2 and something cents.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hello.
Yeah, it was. And Nebraska had this thing because they were the ones who produced the ethanol. Their prices were already lower. One of my friends' dads actually was part of that, and he was telling me all about it. I was like, "Yep, that's what happens."
We were paying like $2.30. Damn, but I didn't even have no food like that.
D, tell your friends to be quiet. I can't hear Brandy.
No, tell them to speak up. I need the tea.
Tell them that we can hear your conversation, and the whole podcast community will hear everything they're saying. Look at D. Look at D. Look at D about to put us on pause and go up there. He muted him. He said, "I'll be right back. Let me go talk to my friends."
I'm still loving telling someone else in their house to be quiet.
Look at the way he walked away.
I just can't with how.
I mean, I feel bad, but since he decided he wanted to record here. I was like, I promise we'll be done in like 30 minutes, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, cute puppy.
Recording. To me, that means common courtesy. You gonna make sure you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just but it's okay.
Anyway, this wine was actually good.
It's what?
This wine is actually good.
What kind of wine are you drinking?
Not my favorite one. I'm saving that for Dee's birthday.
Oh yes, we're doing that this weekend. Are we dressing up? I'm gonna dress up
because I like them really red, really dry.
Oh, you like that? You like a bad bitch wine drinker?
I am. That is the best compliment I've ever had in my life. I'm gonna caption a photograph with that caption. Bad bitch wine drinker.
What bad bitch? Yep, bad bitch wine drinker. That's what I'm saying. You know what? I'm gonna write that down from my files of all the things that we're printing on T-shirts. You think I'm kidding? I have a whole ass list.
No, please don't kid, because I follow 2 girls that are like real entrepreneurs, right? And come up with the cutest phrases on shirts, and the shit be selling out.
Yep.
$25. So for real, and I've already talked to a little shirt people. Like I got pictures, y'all. Like she's showing me.
I'm telling you, it's probably a good thing that we're doing it. I'm gonna add that in. That's number 11. Look at that. We have all the things. Anyway, now that D is back from being rude to his friends.
They're still loud.
Oh, poor D.
They're still loud. They don't care.
They don't care.
I know.
But anyway, so here's the thing. Like, apparently, depression and anxiety is skyrocketing right now. And it's obviously because people cannot go anywhere. So what now?
In the domestic violence cases.
Oh, yeah. So domestic violence cases, child abuse cases are going up. And I know we've talked about it kind of, like real briefly, that school and work for some people were a safe haven for them, and now that they don't have that, those cases are going up. Divorce lawyers are probably really happy right now. They're making a lot of money, or they're going to be
couples that I've heard of that doing your 9-to-5 job is fine. They don't even spend this much time together. Like this is the most intentional, non-intentional time that they've spent together.
Isn't that scary though?
It is scary, and it's really making or breaking a lot of people. And I didn't realize how much we were on the move and how distracted we were. Even these things aside, this just adds to it. Like you take away all the stuff that's taken away and then realize how much people even still spend on their food. Add that to shit being open. And it's like, are you really spending time with people? Like, are you really present and spending time with them? You know the people you're living with.
I was reading some like posts people were making, like how they want to just strangle the other person. Like, I know there's like little tips here and there with everybody, but like people are really hurting. They are just really.
Although I will say this, I do think it's very healthy within a relationship to have your own life, your own friends, your own.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like super healthy.
It is, because if you don't, then you get consumed by your partner and then you lose yourself and then you begin to resent them and all this other stuff, and you can't really have that either. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like me and Rob decided that we're not really grown-ups. It takes two of us to make a full grown-up, and that's why we can handle this. Like we out here making fun of the kids.
I like that. I like that a lot.
We do. We only adult together, so like we be making fun of the kids.
A TikTok dance. Carol Baskin. Husband whacked them. That it didn't happen.
Oh my God, is that a thing?
It is. It's a song. It's hilarious.
Carol Baskin. Oh, not it didn't happen. I can't. Speaking of TikTok dances, have you guys seen our choreographer dance video?
No, at first, who the fuck you talking about that?
I'm gonna send it to y'all on Instagram later. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I did not.
It was pretty intense. I wonder if she listens to us. That
emergency. I'll be right back.
Oh, he said emergency.
I know, that's why he better whisper the ass.
I don't know, but like, you know, I
have to be like, oh, I wonder if they listen to us. They don't, honey.
I know they don't, but I really hope that like people, I don't know, I'm one of those things. I know some of our listeners, because we do get a lot of feedback. By the way, thank you for like all the comments and stuff you guys leave on our YouTube videos and on our Instagram pages and Facebook. We really do try to respond to every single one of them, even if it's a few days later. We really try to get to them, and we love like talking to you guys.
Thank you for just fucking with us, because it's kind of surreal that people.
It's so weird. It's so weird that people even bother listening to our voices or watching us. It's so crazy. But we're so thankful. And like, I missed a couple of them reposting because I was like crazy busy, and I always forget. Like Destiny, one of my little friends that used to work with me, she is always reposted. She'd be like watching us at work.
Nice.
Like on YouTube too, not like listening. She'd be watching us on YouTube.
Some real disrespectful work.
I love her so much. She's invited to my wedding, so you'll be meeting her. I just went to her baby shower, so
now you know you gotta invite your boy, but you don't hear him though.
Oh yeah, I know. I was thinking about that.
The other day he was like, "So when is CJ's wedding?" Because he was trying to be the plus one for me, and I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot she probably." But you told me.
I mean, do you want to make him your plus one? Do you have another plus one?
Not really, because I don't know what I might be working with by that time. You know?
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll probably reach out to him and see what's up. We've been talking on Messenger too, because he's been sending me all this like conspiracy theory stuff.
Yeah, I was like, he going down a rabbit hole right now.
He is. I know he is. He's been sending me.
That's
stuff
the best place to be, though.
I love it. You know what? I know. I want people to feel like they can come and talk to me. I love talking about that stuff. Yeah, so if you think you're bothering me, and if I don't answer you like immediately, like please don't get discouraged. I do get a lot of stuff in the inbox. Like I try to go through them as fast as I can, but I love talking about that shit. I will talk to you, your ears off all day. Me and D used to have like 10-hour conversations. I shit
legit 10 hours. The shit was crazy.
It'd be like 6 p.m. and next thing you know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We drinking, drunk, still talking about the government.
Yeah.
And I like, do you think our FBI agents already hung up on us and shit? Like, you know.
Yeah, they're tired of us.
Either that or it was second shift. If second shift came in.
You're like, what did you guys miss?
They have to debrief. The next people coming in, they're like, okay, this is what happened.
So D said aliens were real. That's where they're at right now. So but you know, like I really hope that people who are in isolation and quarantine kind of find the humor in all of this, because I think if you can do that, you can survive it. I think that's where me and Rob are at right now. Like, we just be making fun of the family, like our kids especially, because that's what we need to do. Like, that's the only way to survive.
How are you guys doing with all of this? Like mentally, financially, how are you guys doing?
So like financially is like we've adjusted, definitely adjusted. There's Rob has like 2 motorcycles and a Jeep, and my car is paid. Yeah, my car is paid off, so mine's not going anywhere. But he's a car guy and like a.
What kind of Jeep does he have?
The 2019?
I have one of the size.
No, one of the new ones. I think it's a 2020.
Is it a Wrangler?
Yes, it's a Wrangler Sport. Like a Wrangler.
Ask him if I remind him of his.
He wanna wax it.
Currently, he's in the other room with my child watching a movie.
I don't get it. Car shot.
Wait a minute. I thought she was your child for a minute when she came out of the room dressed the way she was, and I had to send you that goddamn picture to y'all.
That was beautiful. I don't get it.
Oh my gosh. She said anytime I pick her out any clothing that has anything solid on it, she's like, that's not fancy enough. I'm like,
yes.
Put a fucking tutu. She had 2 tutus on.
I have to take Heather shopping so she can really experience. You know what? I have to take Heather to just blow her fucking mind. Over Justice. Ooh,
oh my God.
Justice got me in there like, do y'all make this in a 10?
Right.
Because I need it.
I will say this. I found her a silver tutu skirt that looked just like mine from Torrid. And you know what I did, right? I bought both of them, and holidays, just do black momming it up.
That's the only reason why I want a girl, not to really take care of it, just because I want to.
Not it, her. I love her. So terrible.
My daughter would be an it. I'm pretty sure.
Brandy, can you imagine yourself raising yourself?
You're gonna have to calm down. Just go ahead and brush it forward.
Right, brush it forward, for real.
Start to develop a personality, and then it'd be like, oh, no.
Yeah.
You have to go.
Because every time Heather says, did you know, mommy, that the earth is circle and it has 70% water? And she's been watching, look at both of them pointing at me. She's seriously.
Ooh.
All you. Seriously, all you.
It's so funny. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's the tiny me. She's the tiniest of me. And she talks about science things all day. She's like, can you read to me like how this water thing works? Did you know that the stars are burning all the way out there in the sky, in the space? I'm just like, you're 4. Go play with Barbie dolls or something.
I have a way of just fucking being
I just leave her alone. But no, for real, like other than that, I will say there are days where I just I told him because I have anxiety. I actually do have medication for it. It's not like me just saying that I have anxiety.
That's a cute thing to say now.
It is a cute thing to say. That's why I preface that, especially when it's on the podcast, because I feel like everybody has anxiety and anxiousness. I think we've crossed the lines between anxiousness and anxiety and blurred the lines too much. Right. I feel like because everybody gets anxious. It's the butterflies in your tummy. You know what I mean? But there's a whole nother level to that where you are actually you can't do anything when you have an anxiety attack. That's
and sometimes there's no trigger for it because I'm on the
me too.
Similar spectrum. I have panic disorder.
Do you know what that's called? It's called a floating anxiety attack. That's what I have as well.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
They call it floating because I don't have a trigger.
So
that's why. Yeah, I'm the same way. No trigger. That's how I am.
I've had panic attacks. I've had a panic attack in 2.5 years or something. Shout out to Nicole because she helped me with some meditation and some other shit to get that together.
Right.
She'd be like, no trigger.
Yeah.
That's why I my God, because I didn't know that was what's going on with me. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Nothing did anything to me. It would just be I remember the last one I had was in Atlanta airport. Girl,
I remember you telling us that one.
I was a mess.
I just had a small cry the other night, and it was a day where me and the girls made Rice Krispie treats all day. We made dinner together and all of that. Had a great day, and like 11 p.m. rolled around, and I was like feeling some type of way for out of no fucking where, and I just like cried for like 10 minutes, got it out of my system, and I was good again. So like it's, but it wasn't to the point that Jesus.
What's
I'm sorry.
going on?
Sorry.
Stimulus dog I was talking about.
Stimulus dog. That was so
Some
loud.
people walk by and they freaked out. So.
Oh, okay. No, it's cool. If you were listening to us and you were sleepy, now you're awake. So
now you're awake.
I like to say this. What's that thing called when you don't like a lot of holes in something?
Oh, it starts with a T.
Yeah, the triple something phobia.
Yeah.
Trichlophobia. I don't know. I can't remember.
On my timeline, I might have to block this bitch because she thought it was funny. She posted something and it was like a close up of a whole bunch of little like rice, but it was all like standing up and it just looked gross. And she did the same thing with a honeycomb, and I almost threw my phone. I don't like seeing all that shit.
Really, you have a phobia for that?
Makes me itchy.
It makes me
itchy.
I told her, I said, "Do you want me to scratch my skin off? Is that what you wanted?"
Oh no.
I don't like holes. Don't bother me so much. I don't like seeing things in abundance, like the magnet with the iron dust.
Yeah.
And how it spikes up and clumps.
You don't like
together.
that? I like
that shit.
It's so
makes
common.
me
It bothers me. That's common because I like to do with it. I don't like the cracks I see in garlic. Like a whole bunch of garlic together in the bag, and then all the little cracks in it. I literally put it away.
I could see how that will mess you up. I could see that. I don't like looking at all the cracks in the oatmeal cream pie.
Oh my God.
That shit fucks me
it
up.
makes my stomach.
I'm so confused right now.
No, it's just in the cookie. It's just
I don't like
I know it's rigid. Skin's not rigid, so it doesn't bother me.
I don't like it. That's so funny.
Does that mean that you guys don't like old people because they're wrinkly?
Stop
no,
it.
skin is different. Skin is different because it's not rigid.
Now, but if they
Anything
had
rigid,
like ridges and deep cracks and it looked a little dark, I could not look at
that would fuck with me a little bit.
So you guys don't like that? That's so weird.
Why would we like it, CJ?
I don't know.
That's
I
weird.
don't like that shit.
I don't know.
Oh, I remember I was walking home from school one time. And somebody had left like an apple core on the ground or dropped it. And it was covered by ants. And the way the ants were on it, that fucked my whole soul up. I couldn't do it.
You guys are fucking weird, man.
So gross.
You guys really are twin flames. I don't even understand what you just said. It's just ants on an apple core.
But it's too many
they're
ants.
moving and they're so and they're just like everywhere.
And they're like
how
the
do
way
you guys
they move.
even watch horror movies then?
I don't.
You know.
That's how.
That was great. You guys disgust me. It's like somebody took a whole soul and just split it in half and gave it to two different bodies. This is disgusting. Yeah. Oh my God. You guys don't watch horror movies?
We definitely said what the fuck we said. It's not cute.
If it's like blood and guts, it doesn't bother me. But if it's anything creepy like that,
I love the creepy stuff. Like when it's like a whole bunch of bugs and just like crawling all over stuff.
I can do the zombies. I can do the songs.
Yeah, I can do zombies
and all that. I cannot get to the super spiritual stuff and like the flash things at you. I don't like that, like the flash jump scare, because it's always just some crazy ass image. And I believe in the images being burned in your mind, as I said.
For sure.
Because even you staring at something too long, you can look off and you just see like the pattern. So they like do that in the MK Mind Control. Look it up. They do that too when they're forcing someone to watch something over and over again. And if you slow down clips of certain videos, they make some of these child stars watch or whatever. There's fucked up imagery just a flash.
That's true.
To get them.
That's true. I've caught a few of those movies right when you have you ever caught one when you paused a movie on like streaming?
I did it when I first watched Insidious, and I was like, bitch, no.
Let me pause. Wait, go a few more seconds. Go a few more seconds.
And I remember watching the second one at a friend's house, and we took like a break. So we were doing a movie marathon. And I noticed something I had never noticed before, because in the movie when you're watching, scary movies always do the sleight of hand thing where they're like, we want you to look here, but something else is going on.
Right.
Fuck, did I not see this shit in the corner like the whole time? And then I felt like I was bugging because I'm telling everybody else, y'all don't see that shit. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, she's right there. Let me find out I'm the only one that can see this shit. This is why I don't do scary movies.
That's so funny.
Can't handle it.
That's so funny. No, for real though. Like, I guess that we are off topic. We went way off topic. We need to talk about horror movies one day.
Your quarantine?
Yes, quarantine. Like,
are you watching scary movies during your
I'm trying to look up creepy stuff, and I've been like trying to get back into my rabbit hole of conspiracy theories because I've been away from it for a while. Trying to find the time. And then my other thing is that, like, because by nature I'm a procrastinator, it's very hard for me to get motivated to select things. Like, I just spent like 5 hours cleaning my produce and shit like that. So I'll do things, but then I'm like, I should be posting more stuff. Like, I have to make a schedule because now I'm off schedule, off beat. And I think it's just that, I think that's the part that's the hardest is like when quarantine wasn't happening, even my youngest was being babysat by my mom. So it was like me being able to focus completely on what I was doing. Yeah. So I could, post stuff, take the time to do the 30 minutes of this, 40 minutes of that. But now it's like quarantine happened, Rob was home, my sleep schedule got fucked up. I'm making like meals and meals and meals a day.
What is the sleep schedule right now? Are you like did you get yourself on a better one, D? Because I remember you talked about you were on a weird one. And then
I know.
I was on a really weird one. I'm gotten a little bit better. So I was up today by about 7:30 a.m.
Oh, that's good.
Is good for me because if work was happening right now, I'm usually up at like 5:30.
Oh, okay.
That's my normal natural time to get up is 5:30 a.m. So the fact that I was able to get up at 7:30 is crazy because for the past few weeks, I've been getting up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, no, nigga, we're not in college anymore.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was like fucking me up.
On the weekends, because I will sleep in.
Weekends, yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, sleeping in is like 11. You know what I'm saying? 11, get your ass up. Because it's
that's
like
true.
Anything past that. When my sleep pattern gets fucked up, it starts to trigger that other shit. My whole panic disorder, anxiety, all that shit. It
does. You're right. It really does. Because like when I woke up at 3:30 in the morning today to start cleaning vegetables, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And then 8 o'clock rolled around. Seriously, because I was so tired. Like Sunday, I went to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And because of this whole situation, I've been going grocery shopping on Mondays at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd leave and like try to avoid the crowds at certain places first and then go to.
The goal is for me to do that tomorrow. But
yeah, you got to go early because at least early in the morning, there's not like too many people running around. Right, and then by the time I got home, it was so late. And because I go to like, I probably went to 8 stores yesterday. Like get all my shit for 3 to 4 weeks worth of stuff. You know what I mean? And then I fell asleep because I was so tired. I didn't even put my produce away because I was like, I got to clean them before I put them in there. Then 3:30 happened and I was like, well, shit, I'm up now. Made Rob breakfast, cleaned my veggies, fucking went to bed at 8 a.m., woke up at 11:30 again. So today was crazy, but usually I'm not. But you know what? I don't know. Do you do this, Brandy? Because like with my oldest one, she's in school online. Does PJ go to school online too?
Yes, I actually got the pleasure of meeting his other students online in my red robe and headscarf because he was just determined for me to say hi to his friends and everything because I'm so cool. So I was like, let me say hi just so they know I'm not like, a bullshit mom. Although I am a bullshit mom, I'm like, I ain't checking shit. Like, you click and turn the shit in. Like, I'm doing no extra work. Like, I'm not. I'm already doing a lot. And although I want to be a teacher one day, I want to be your teacher. So you have teachers. I'm your parent. So figure that out. And he's been doing that. But I will say this, I'm a little bitter Betty with him on the online school because as soon as he's done, like he'll get up and he'll knock it out. Typically he's done before 12 or maybe like 1 if he like just goes straight through it. And then he's watching Black Clover the rest of the day or just catching up on stuff. And I'm like, there's so much anime, I just can't sit around and watch.
I know, right? And
but I'm like, blessed to have a job. But I'm also like, damn, if I was unemployed, I could watch anime.
Do you you're so silly. Do you have him on a regular schedule? Like for me, I told Emma that she needs to I still treat Sunday through Thursday like a school night and have her go to bed at a decent time. And then weekends she can do whatever, Friday, Saturday night.
But I had to have him on one because I realized we weren't seeing each other. Even that we do. I didn't like that when I was going to bed, he was waking up. So that was going on for a week. So then on a Sunday, I was like, yo ass gonna stay up all day. And then you're gonna go to bed, even if it's at 7 or 8 o'clock. That way you can wake up. So then he started waking up before 9 typically, sometimes at 5, sometimes at 6. But he'll wake up, and then I'm okay with that. But I feel like that's gonna be good for a lot of people's mental health to still have a faux schedule. Even the jokes about like 2020 planners being the most useless purchase of this year.
I know.
Saw that shit too.
I spent a lot of money on this one.
I'm like, my planner was bomb, and I'm keeping it because it goes through 2021. It's a good ass planner. So I'm still filling out my planner, even if it's workouts that I don't end up doing. Other shit to write it in.
I know.
Bills are still due because bills are still due. So I'm still using the planner because I just feel like that's keeping me sane.
Yeah, I'm still trying to stick. Like, I'm gonna go back and redo my schedule. I think that's what it is, because I was trying to stick to the schedule I had before quarantine, and it's not working. So I'm stressed about that. And I was like, I have to rearrange everything, because if I don't do that, I can't fit in all the little things like make lunch for the kids, make dinner for the people, blah 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 blah. But I was just wondering, because if all these schools were shut down through the summer, and because some of her friends are up at 3 a.m. talking on the phone, and we have a rule that midnight, even on weekends, midnight is the longest you can speak to somebody on the phone on Friday and Saturday. And other than that, if it's a school night that we consider school night, you're in bed by 10:30, 11 o'clock at the latest, so well, because she's 16 almost, so it's not like
I was 9:30 till I was 18.
Right.
Well, for us, yes. I'm not saying that wasn't the case for me. Other than that, I took too many AP classes, and I was up till 2 o'clock doing homework. But
Georgia Coffee was my best friend.
Man, I'm telling you,
UCC.
Family Mart coffee and Nikuman, fuck.
Family Mart.
So good. I need them to open one here. But no, like, I was just wondering how these like kids are gonna go back to like being on a schedule after 6 months of doing, because think about when we were doing that shit as a young adult.
It would have to be the parents, just like my parents did it. Like every year, they would make sure right when the summer, because summer was a free for all.
Right.
Go outside. We had to be in by 12 or 12:30, and then from there we could stay up as long as we want. So summer was free for all. But about 2 weeks before school started, every year
you go back on schedule, right?
Like, hey, we got to get y'all back on.
Right.
So it's now that we're the adults.
Now we have to do it.
Right, we have to do it. So I've already thought about that with him. I'm like, starting in August even, I'm going to tell his dad, well, he's not going with his dad, excuse me. He might be with my mom. But whoever has him, if I don't, y'all are going to have to make sure he starts a schedule early.
Right.
They've been on this bullshit schedule prior to the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Great time. So
I mean, a lot of kids like mine, she's been off, like I told you, she went to spring break and went straight into quarantine. So she wasn't even expecting to do all this.
Not going to school till September. This is literally 6 months out of the year.
Yep.
So it's going to be on us, not the schools or teachers or government. It's on us to make sure that they're on a schedule, and just the same thing for ourselves. Because with so many people not doing well, not having access to the things they normally have access to, because not every therapist is online. Not every counselor is online. It's just not available.
It's not feasible, that's for sure.
So I'm hoping that people are taking advantage of the free or semi-free things, different meditation and things like that on YouTube. I accidentally, I didn't do this on purpose because I don't have a problem, but I'm gonna sound like I have one by saying I have a problem. But I play ocean sounds before I go to sleep.
Yes.
Love it.
That works.
And once the playlist is done, it goes into whatever it feels like is similar, right? So I wake up because I was like, this is like really good. I'm listening to like 20-minute thing about alcohol anonymous stuff and helping alcoholics through and what the families can do and what they can do. And I'm like, this was just on Spotify, and I pay like $10 a month for Spotify.
Right.
So just letting you know that the podcasts are out there. There's things out there for you to do to keep yourself sane, because when you're not okay, you can't be right for your spouse or your
that part.
You can't be right for your kids. So it's really important we take care of ourselves mentally and spiritually right now, but don't think you're limited because you can't get to what you're used to, because stuff is out there.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because if you aren't put together, like, you're going to be putting out the worst part of yourself too. Yeah, like, I'd be getting annoyed if I'm not, if I don't have time to do stuff and all of that. So I'm just, I guess the biggest thing is trying to keep my sanity going by doing things that I like doing too, instead of just like for everybody else. I think that's what's important. I think a lot of parents get caught up in just doing for their kids and only for their kids, and they forget that to take care of themselves. Yeah. And so, but we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. We're going to keep talking about what our original topic is, the new normal. The new normal.
And we're back.
Okay, we're back. So original topic about being in quarantine and
being on crack.
Not crack, on quarantine.
Crack is cheap.
This new normal thing that they keep using as a buzzword everywhere. Like if you type it in to Google and you put in like the new normal after COVID-19, it will pull up titles like daily life after COVID-19 on CNN. And corporate cliche, why we need to stop talking about the new normal.
Bothering me is why are people just now thinking about this? I was immediately thinking this as soon as they shut everything down. Really, as soon as the nature started repairing itself, I'm like,
yeah, girl.
No goddamn way. We're gonna go back exactly how everything was. There's no way. We can't. Like, there's no way we're gonna be that heartless to say fuck nature and literally.
You know, most of them are though. The fact that there's protesters who want to go get a haircut and that's what they're protesting. We're not even talking about they're protesting vaccines and shit like that. Yeah, exactly. They're not protesting lives being, at risk. They're not protesting why the masks aren't available for frontline people in the medical field or, they're not protesting.
I can that part because I have friends that are nurses and I'm consistently worried about them.
Yes.
They have to be out there. 14,
Did you guys see Chris had to go and get a drive-through test the other day? I need to go email him. I need to go text him and see how
he's in the medical field, right?
Well, he teaches medical students, so I don't know if that means that because I know he goes to all the medical conferences, so I don't know if he comes into contact with other medical professionals. I'm sure he does, and if he's had to go in for something, you know what I mean, for his job or whatever. So I just hope everything's okay. I don't think he would, but he's one of the first ones who had me think about the things that I need to get as well, because he was already talking about the masks in January as well. And I don't know if that had to do with the fact that his husband is Japanese and maybe that he's been paying attention to the Japanese news as well. And so that means that global news, comes first than our nations for some reason. So, like it's like when we heard about Kim Jong-un getting sick, I immediately turned on the Japanese news to see if they were reporting it, because if they weren't, I was like, it's not true. Like,
were there reports though?
They were. The next day it happened because it was still early when it got posted here. So like a few hours later they started posting, and I was like, well, I guess it's true, because BBC's reporting it, the Japanese Times is reporting it, and all this other stuff. But like I feel like, I really hate the word and phrase new normal, because I don't want people to think that this is the way of life, of living scared of getting something. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I feel like there's two very different types of people right now. Either they're like, it's not real, it's not going to happen to me, like those people. And then there's like people who are like extremely scared, don't want to go anywhere, I don't want to have this, those people. There's a few in the middle like us, I'm sure of it, but I feel like there's also those two extremes that are bigger groups of people running around.
It's also sparking a lot of people's paranoia, because I have a friend of, I met this friend through a friend, this individual too, CJ, from Texas.
Okay.
He is freaking the fuck out from what I heard. He's like, when I say guns on top of guns, where's the ammo? Like, this guy is expecting like a total apocalypse. So he's not so much scared of CV. He's afraid of what CV may drive people to do.
I agree with that.
He is freaking the fuck out right now. He had a deep freezer full of shit like in January. When he first heard reports, he was like, oh, fuck this shit. Deep freezer, he's good to go. But they got to the point where they're just now starting to run out of that stuff because it's already about to be May. So now he's having to go back out to go.
So he was trying to stay indoors as much as he could.
As much as possible.
Same.
And he's a little paranoid. A little paranoid.
I will say this, some people are not. It just
it's crazy. There are two unhealthy ends of the spectrum, and I think he's on that opposite side.
I think
versus the people like the protesters.
I think you have to take everything with like a grain of salt, even in this kind of situation. Like, I'm not scared per se of like everything and anything, but like when I was at Whole Foods yesterday and there was this couple in front of the organic berries and I wanted some, they were like looking at it, and then I just like stopped like 6 feet away, you know, until they were done. I was just waiting, but they kept looking over at me like, what is she looking at? I'm like, I'm just waiting for you guys to be done. And they were like talking amongst themselves. I wasn't trying to hear nothing because I was like, they dumb anyway, because A, they didn't have a mask on, B, they didn't have a fucking gloves on, and I was like, you guys don't care, because if you're telling me that you don't care that much, then I'm not gonna get anywhere near you. So when they left the area, I went and got the berries, and I can just see them, like, you know how when people stare you can like feel it.
You can feel it.
Like,
shit.
ask me if I care though, like or like and or another dude that was in the store who was like, I was picking out my sweet potatoes and he was like literally came right here, and I was like, excuse me, like, and you know all of them were the same, all of them caucasity. Like, I don't want to call it out, but that's all I've seen.
That person they don't believe in, baby, and I'm like, I'll make you a believer. I'll have us both kicked out this bitch.
Oh yeah, because I will say something too.
I was at the store the other day. I was more than the other day. It's about 2 weeks ago. And they have the X's on the ground where you're supposed to stand.
Yeah.
And I'm standing in my X, and the person in front of me has their debit card in the card reader to pay. All of their stuff is gone, right? As they pull their card out, I start to load my stuff on the conveyor belt.
Right.
This cashier acted like I spit in her face. She was like, excuse me. I was like, yes. Could you please hold on a moment? I was like, okay. And I took my grapes off the conveyor belt and put it back in the basket. And I kept standing on the X. And then the guy walked away. She said, okay, now you can put your stuff on. I was like,
I know not.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I will play devil's advocate for her, because being a cashier at a grocery store like H-E-B, if this was happening to me and I had to go to work and get my bills paid, and I seen this every single hour, think about it. Every hour you had to, because I saw somebody at the dollar store yesterday yelling at a lady too, the cashier. And
people don't be playing. They don't be playing.
They don't play. They get the fuck. She don't care. She was like, I need you to back the fuck up. She was like not even playing. She was cursing and everything. But if you really think about it, these guys are coming into contact with hundreds of people, not just like 10 or 20, because you know what I'm saying? So I have decided personally to give them a little more wiggle room if they're having a day of attitude, because they're the reason why we can go get our food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what you're saying though. Like, you, in your mind, because you were like, they're about to run off, take that card out.
And I'm on the X.
Right. You were going to go next.
Yeah, I can't get with how she came at deep. However, I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if it was a mixture of, excuse me, sir, if you don't mind, could you wait till they're completely away? She could have worded it better.
Because I look at it like this. In my industry, even before, you know, all the quarantine and we closed up, we were still at risk at my job.
Oh, y'all already got it and done with it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We already had shit. We're on some new shit now.
We definitely had it last year.
We on COVID 22 over already. No, but you know what I mean? It's a way, because, you know, I felt the same way when we're dealing with people, but it's a way that you're supposed to talk to people. And I know when I'm working, how I talk to people, so I expect that same respect.
You know what?
And when I don't get it, I kind of become unglued.
I had to let that expectation go.
A little bit.
Yeah. No, you have to let it go, because
I know, especially at a time like this. It was hard, but it was a hard pill to swallow.
I'm like, it's a moment like this. Shout out to Kelly Clarkson. A moment like this is what I have to think about, because I'm like, this ain't even the right climate for me to act like I want to.
No.
So I went off on a regular civilian. I almost called him a civvy. Like, you know,
a civvy, right?
A civilian.
Right. Because this lady who's doing her job, like older lady, gray hair, like white hair, at Walmart, and was asking him to put his cart back at the line that they had. And he was like, look, there's already more than 6 feet behind us. What's my cart go back? And I'm just thinking, look, she's just trying to do her job. They telling her what to do.
Right.
Everybody's on edge. All you got to do is move back. You copping attitude with her and cussing at her. And I'm looking like, look, That is an older woman,
Right.
and that's a woman, and you are a grown ass man coming at her crazy. Like, what are you about to do? What are you really about to do?
Because
One of them too, and I'm like,
because my ass is petty. I'll straight up shut my lane down, be like, y'all done.
This will make it so bad. This was self checkout.
Like, if you know,
and that's gonna make it worse. It was self checkout. You ain't even gonna be able. You can't move any faster than what I'm checking my own self out.
See, that's so crazy.
It was like he couldn't wait, and I'm like, you don't go self checkout trying to get out of here in 10 minutes. You already are knowing self checkout. It's gonna be about 2 hours.
I mean, I will say this, like, I feel like if they're saying the new normal is going to be like longer checkout time, longer, different ways of teleworking, teleschooling, I can understand that. I just don't want the new normal for people to live in fear or people to have to live in anger or anxiety, depression, and all of that because of this. You know what I mean? And I think that, like, we're going to have to probably adjust to having, like, I don't know, like psychiatric help that can be more plausible online because people are not going to want to go in.
That's what I've been concerned about because they need it because that's a huge deal. And there are so many people that want to get help. And there's a lot of people that don't even know what they have, don't know what's going on. A lot of people that maybe just now realize I need help. I should help. And I want that to be something that's available for them because it's really scary. And I think we've all felt this in different ways. It's just really scary not to feel like you're still.
Oh, yeah.
Have thoughts that you know are not your normal.
Right. Oh my God, David. What is happening? I can't. Look at these face.
They don't give a fuck. They said, we know you're recording, hun. That's fine. Make all the noise.
All of it. All of it.
All of the noise.
But on top of what push-pinning what Brandy said, it's important that people don't fall into a downward spiral of self-medication via alcohol.
Oh my God!
Especially if they're undiagnosed with their mental issues, because that can really happen. You ain't got shit to do. You ain't got nowhere to be.
Alcoholics,
you know what I'm saying? Alcoholics Anonymous. You know,
don't
that type of shit, so.
Don't make that your new normal. Don't self-medicating be your new normal.
I will challenge people, like, go through like 2 weeks or even just 5 days and you're like, I'm not drinking. Like, go back to your regular drinking schedule. I know I had to.
You said you were drinking like stuff you ain't never.
I ain't never even had.
Shit you ain't never had before.
But I'm just like, let me drink it, and then the bottle's gone, and you're like, but it ain't even been a week. No, you didn't do it well. Typically, your shelf would be full. Like, I can have a bottle of something and it lasts me a minute because I'm not just drinking it all the time. I'm up here like, what can I mix this with? That's a problem.
And even when you have stuff at home, you would just pregame with that and then go out.
And then you go out.
Yeah,
and especially if you're more of a social drinker. I am a social drinker. But since these social people are drinking, so we gotta chill on that.
I hope people like chill out, and it's just hard to gauge where this is all going because it's not something we all experienced. It's been 100 years since something like this has been, even happened. And if you are over 100, you were still like 3 or 4 years old. Like,
but then when you look at people like that, 100 years ago, look at how society was and look at what expectations were that you had from day to day. Like now, we are even twice as more social than we were back then.
Oh,
when
you
look at the average person living somewhere in Nebraska, it was just you and your family, your farm. You did what you had to do. You would go in town a few times a week just to get your necessities, and it was right back home with your family.
Right.
And that's what people are having to do now, and people can't even handle that shit. So,
boy, I swear when I saw that meme talking about the protesters, how they were like the first ones to like stock up on guns and food and talk about, being able to go into their bunkers, but they're the first ones who like, I need my haircut. Like,
and I'm like, your mullet can fucking wait.
Not your mullet.
Nobody's checking for you at this truck stop. Trust me.
No damn body.
Side note about the truck stop, by the way. The grocery stop that I go to, one of them is called Town Talk, and it's a clearance grocery store. So they use like bags from like closed down shops or just extras that are surplus in like companies and stuff. Why did all my groceries come in Flying J fucking bags yesterday?
I know you were like,
are they all closing?
No, but I don't know if it was a surplus or they just bought
No,
stuff.
someone looked her up in the system and they're like, she'd enjoy this.
Man.
He would love this shit.
Man.
She would love this.
I was mad as hell. I was like, I know this is not a Flying J bag. I was like, bruh, I can't. But no, like, seriously though, I hope everybody's like doing what they need to do to survive all of this. And if you need help, please reach out. There's a lot of things you can like look up on Google and just type in what you're looking for. Even if it's like formula, I know like some of the baby companies have been actually sending it to personal addresses if they cannot find formula, and stuff like that. I know it's like kind of eased off the food situation. There's still like shortage in toilet paper because all the stores have their own brand toilet paper on the shelves. Which I bought one of them, and me and Rob was like, man, we have like first world problems because this is not good on my butt. I don't like it.
Dingleberries all up your ass. It's
Dingleberries. No.
Dingleberries.
Such a bad image. I do not need that.
Anytime anybody says dingleberries, I just think of things just like moving.
Shut up.
Off of a piece of hair.
I suggest everybody invest in like, I think the cheapest one they have is like $49.99.
The bidets.
Those portable bidets that you attach to your toilet.
Yeah.
Good investment, and it'll last you for a minute. You'll save a lot of money.
A lot of toilet paper. Like, you know, and you know, if you are short on food and you need help, you should really consider. A lot of cities and towns do have food banks and things like that. It may not be as full as it was before because a lot of people who didn't anticipate having to use food banks are actually using them. I saw that there was a surge in the percentage for all of that as well. So they're asking, a lot of people are asking for donations. If you can donate, that would be great. I mean, and if you need the help, then go use it. It should be like a give and take situation right now just to help your neighbors. I feel like we lost a lot of a village helps, like, you know, a family situation, you know, it takes a village to raise a child.
I think the knee-jerk reaction for a lot of people when your job is like you can't come back and it's that quick, people are panicked, and then it's something else. And I've never been this person. I don't feel like you should tell everybody everything, but I never believe in acting like I got more going on than what I really do.
Absolutely.
And people do that a lot with their finances, and it is okay to admit that you are living paycheck to paycheck, that you are in debt, that you need help.
Right.
So common.
That you trust, that aren't going to judge you for that help you get to a healthy financial place, because that should be the goal at the end of the day. You don't have to worry about hiding and suffering in silence because you're embarrassed.
Right.
They're embarrassed and worried about what other people think. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I got -$3, I need help. Nigga, like, I got -$3.
Like, it's a common problem, especially in the United States. It's common, so don't feel that way at all. Common.
So I'm like, no, everybody ain't got it like that or together. I have had people, I ain't gonna put them on blast because I don't know if they listen or not, but I have people that I knew in Okie, but I don't even fuck with like that. Not that I have a problem with them, but we don't talk like that. That hit me up to ask me for money, that are married or got other stuff going on. I'm thinking it has to be really bad for you to hit me up, because I'm still single mommy, and I never put it out there like my life is so great, but because all I'm doing is posting fucking memes. So how do you think I have it so together?
Maybe because you give off a happy aura, though. Because I think a lot of people equate happiness to money still, right? And so
that's what it is.
And I'm like, the bitch is like, bro, getting her credit together, trying to save right. Don't let Dan hear that part. He don't like he don't like that. But just trying to get it together. So I was real shocked. I was like,
well, the fact that you're always together when you do post, you are together, so people would say, oh, you look like you spent a lot of money getting your hair done. It's like, I did this shit myself.
I'm like, this is $20.
I was just gonna say that
myself.
People don't know that, you know.
My grandmother in Okie, people used to think that she was rich because she would go to outlet stores and buy brand items, which is a lot in Japan, and wear them. You know what I mean? Like name brand or very nicely made stuff. And she'd be like, I got this for 500 yen. By the way, that's like $5. And, you know, and that carried in my blood because I'm like, bitch, I got this at like Walmart for $4. Why looking so Gucci? Like, it's the way you put it together. But when you
put it together, because I'm like, these are $5 press-on nails from Walmart. Like, I'm a baller on a budget, baby. I make cheap shit look good.
Baller on a budget.
So I'm like, it ain't what you think, but I have been a believer in my adult life now that Well, shit, even in high school, D knew what the fuck it was. If I got it, you got it. That's how I kind of operate. I've had to create boundaries now, but
yeah, I was gonna say maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I've had to create boundaries that way people just don't feel like, well, Brandy got it. It's like, no.
Brandy, let's go to Jack's place. I was like, I don't got no money. She's like, I have money. It's okay. Let's go.
That voice he does, whatever he does you,
the voice is what
my favorite.
Let's go, guys.
Let's go, guys.
Like, order what you want. He's like, well, I just want chicken tenders. Bitch, order some real food.
I'll be like, okay, can I get filet mignon?
Okay, surfing this bitch.
And I bet they was like, what are these kids doing?
I know, they were like,
here?
No, I saw Brandy pulled off a glass of wine and we were like 17. She's like, can I have a glass of wine, please? I was like, they let you have wine? Ow.
Because when you paying like the way I pay, they know.
Well, because back in the day, I'm sure it is somewhat still too, but when we were growing up, the military ranks was pulling, and if they thought you were ranked because of your dad or your mom in the military, you got away with a lot of stuff. Even if you were a civvy and your parents knew, hint, hint, Dan's fucking ass and me, like my dad knew everybody in the military. The fact that, like, I know we talked about this, but the fact that I got myself a GSID by talking to my friend's dad.
That's crazy.
By myself. And my dad, because my dad was convinced that I couldn't do it. I was like, watch me. I hate it when people tell me I can't do something. Like, watch me.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I don't care if it's my parents, my friends, whoever. So I went and talked to Chris's dad, and he was like, I mean, you know, I can put in a word for you. I can't guarantee it. And then I went to talk to my APHIS manager, and I was like, Staff Sergeant, blah, 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 from such and such said that I could definitely be hired as a GS person. I could start up at the second level, blah, blah, blah. And 2 weeks, got my GS job. I was like, oh shit, it's this easy? Like, but only because it was in like, you know, like early 2000s. It would not work now, I don't think. No. There's no way. There's no way.
Possibly. Depending on who you knew.
Maybe.
Because I've seen fucking miracles.
Maybe. The hierarchy definitely exists in the military still. So, you know. It's like when I was working at APHIS and the crazy lady who was like, do you know who my husband is? Like, bitch, no. I'm a civilian.
What does that mean to us?
That means that she's married to an officer, so she thinks she's an officer too.
But I'm like, first of all, and maybe I'm pissed because I never pulled rank. Because when my dad got to E9, I'm like, how have I never pulled motherfucking rank?
I would have been all over
and I was mad because people knew whose daughter I was.
Right.
I was never, because they'd see blocker and they'd be like, oh, you so-and-so was staff side. I'm like, oh, it's fucking me.
I never had that problem.
I did. My sister, this is how crazy my dad's stuff was. My sister used to work at the BX, my older sister, and that was like several decades ago. And my dad didn't want her dating this military guy, so he just showed up and like pulled rank as a GS and was like, my dad was like GS 7,000. I don't even know how high it goes. Like GS over 9,000. Like seriously.
I know what you're talking about.
Take for that shit.
He was, and oh my god, that would be such a cute shirt for military kids. Like my dad's a GS over 9,000.
Put it down. Shirts.
I was, you know what's crazy? I was just thinking about this today in the car earlier today about just my pool experiences and officers' wives at the pool, like demanding shit. Like when we had to close. Demanding. So, you know.
They were the original housewives, the housewives.
Yes, the real housewives of getting on my fucking nerves. Because what happened was it would be like lightning within 50 miles. The rule was if it's lightning within 50 miles, the command post would call the pool and say close.
Right. I remember.
So we gotta close.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't understand why you have to fucking close. Do you want to take this up with the command post, or do you want to keep having an argument with the 16-year-old?
Well,
I'm down for arguing with you.
Those same people, listen, those were the original Karens. The original Karens were in the military.
Yes. The
Dependoponimus, exactly. They were the original Karens, and all those guys are the same people protesting this fucking virus shutdown.
Yeah,
that's what it
is. Full circle.
Full circle for the conversation.
Full circle.
I shit you not, but for real, like I really hope that everybody is doing what they want, making themselves happy at home as much as possible. And you know, if you don't have like too much social media time, Zoom has a free like meeting thing, if it's only just 2 people, like you and a friend or something, you can use Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, and then there's the house party app.
Yeah, they just, you know.
Have you heard about that shit?
People are creating it, like people are banking on it, just like anything that happens in life. Everybody come out with business plans and shit like that, and they was ready. So now there's different apps. Some of them are free because of the ads in it and whatnot. So you should really look into it. You can still connect with people.
That plays with your timer, by the way.
Yes. So
Cards Against Humanity. I played with some coworkers and some ex-coworkers and some strangers. I played an electronic version of Cards Against Humanity, and we all
there's an electronic version.
Yes, and we were all on.
We're doing this for your birthday. Like
we are. I love that game.
Yes.
Do I have to download an app?
No, it's a link. I can send you a link, and then you just open it up. But the only thing is, you have to open it up on a separate device. So if it's using your computer to do like a teleconference.
So we do it on the phone. Okay.
Or the other way around. Whatever
Okay.
works best for you.
I can do that. We should do that for your birthday party. Speaking of which, I forgot on the news angle, but Dee's birthday party is coming up this weekend. If you're listening right now, it'll be May 2nd. So just in case you listen afterwards, so you're like, where's the party? It's on May 2nd because this is dropping before that. I think you said you were doing raffles still?
I'm doing raffles. I have a few prizes for you guys.
Yes.
So make sure you have your email addresses ready. I'm sorry, what?
We should probably put that on our thing too, that you have raffles, because the last flyer didn't have that. I didn't see it. Like,
or we'll make little videos. I meant to get cute and do a video, but
girl, you're already cute. Just get on. Just get on.
I freaked myself out. Take a picture of myself in the mirror. No, you gotta hear it. Take a picture of myself in the mirror. The back of this scarf thing has a skull on it. So I had my back to my mirror. And I put the camera up and I saw the face of it first. And I go, am I seeing shit again? Like I literally man, what? And then I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Scared yourself a little bit.
My mom just sent me a picture, y'all. I'm about to show the interwebs.
What is it?
My mom just fried some ribs.
I'm done.
Yeah, you see that?
Just God.
I want to eat some now.
Miss K frying ribs.
No, I got some bourbon barbecue sauce that would go great on that.
Now that I told her how about your trifling ass shredded chicken. What the fuck did you make?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
My mom was like, tell her to send me that fucking recipe. I was like, that shit looked bomb. I told her about that shit.
I have ever probably made it.
It looked amazing.
I put the block of cream cheese in there. I was like, I'm really doing this.
Yes, I need a half a block in each one.
Doesn't it scare you when a recipe tells you a block of cream cheese? You're like, how?
How? Yeah, I'm really finna do this. And then I was like, yeah, I need it. And I think because of you, CJ, I'm not going back to like cheese.
No.
Especially after making that Alfredo, I cannot.
I'm like it's really weird. Like I found another brand that's really good, and I found one that has like shredded cheddar that melts like that real stuff and tastes like it from my case. It's because they use vegetables. No, so you can make this sauce. No, not polymer. You can use veggies like potato, carrots, onions, and you make a base. And there's this thing called nutritional yeast, and it gives it the cheesy nuttiness. And you can use that. You can even use that on cashew.
Is that how like natto, like how it stretches?
No, it's a little bit different than that, but it comes in a flake form, and you can like put it in. And I make cashew cheese, and it's a hit every time. I put like vegan meat crumbs in it and everything, salsa, mix it up, put it in a regular that crock pot thing for the sauce. Stays warm like regular ass cheese.
Quit bullshitting.
Yeah.
I said I need to get me an instant pot and quit bullshit.
Me too.
I'm using Candace's. I need to get my own.
My dad got one. I think he got the Ninja Foodie, or maybe he got that in the air fryer. And he hits me up. He's like, let me show you the size of this chicken that he had like resting in fabulous seasonings for like
of course.
And then he was just like, this was cooked in under an hour. The skin was crisp. All the garlic and basil and shit on the inside was, girl, I could like smell it.
And smell the picture.
I just know it. And I'm like, I need an air fryer.
Can I just say, what if somebody made an app or a situation where we can smell the other side of the screen on our phones? That would be some intense shit. Yeah?
You know,
I'd be calling y'all
fans accounts would be popping because people are like, "Let me smell it."
That is so fucking nasty.
They're just taking their phone, just like,
I'm about to get fucking rich. Yo, you just came up with some shit. That was so gross, but at the same time, that's what makes. I'm about to tell them. They will love that shit. They're gonna be like, wait, what? Yes.
But no, for real. Anyway, because our timer went off, I'll wrap it up. But for real, if you enjoy listening to our stuff, make sure you I can't even think. Subscribe to your favorite podcast platform. If you're, he's eating cheese. That's what he's doing. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like and comment, subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell so you get our episodes every week on Thursday at noon. If you're interested, we have a very low brow news episode that we do on Mondays at 9 a.m. That's pretty dope too. It's even shorter. Quick listen. I know y'all are bored. Y'all ain't doing nothing. I know I keep saying this, but
you're really not.
I got no eyebrows.
put us in the background. Just play us. You'll be laughing your ass off. I promise. And if you want to watch something,
best friends, I'm telling you.
I'm saying. And I know you guys tired of fucking streaming the same old show on fucking Netflix and Hulu.
That shit.
Yeah, just go stream us on YouTube. Just do it. It's so much fun. So much fun. Anyway, hope everybody's gonna be okay. I know you are. And if you're not okay, reach out to somebody. Talk to somebody.
Reach out to us. Send us an email.
For real.
We're all literally like, not, even with me working, I'm still not doing it.
It's so weird. I feel like I'm doing a lot, but not a lot. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm like, I feel tired, but I'm not as tired as I knew I was when everything was how it was before.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I feel like I was always running around doing a lot. And now that I'm not driving every day and doing certain things every day, I'm kind of like, I am more chill. I'm doing better with this than what I thought.
Me too. I've always been a home person.
Make this the new normal, guys.
Don't make this the new normal.
Stop it.
They're not like
I know, I'm fucking with you.
No, I mean, I think it's good if you can find something and somebody to like do things with. And, you know, I have a couple friends that are living on their own that are like, driving themselves up the wall because there's no contact for them, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, if you are one of those people who are by yourselves at home or in your apartment or house or whatever, and you really do want to reach out, just go ahead and like send us a DM. Like I said, like we may not get to everybody immediately, but we definitely like check our emails, DMs, Facebook messages, all of that. We always get back to everybody at some point. So give us a couple days. If you don't hear from us within the hour, that may not happen because we still gotta do things at the house. So anyway, so stay blessed. Join us for D's roast so we can make fun of him all night long while we play Cards Against Humanity.
Drinking my label.
Ooh, look at that. Yes. I think maybe me and Rob will order something from Total Wine and More. They deliver. Yeah, I know, right? And they have Orion, so I might have to do that.
They got Orion there at Total Wine?
They do.
I'm gonna check the one here.
You should, because I think they just got licensed for it because they were not there last year. I just noticed because I was like, because last time I went to buy Japanese beer, I was like, well, I don't want to go all the way to Mitsuwa because that's a 45-minute drive. And I was like, let's just go to Total Wine. And I was like looking at the Asahi Kirin, and I looked over. I was like, is that fucking Orion beer? I got 2 6-packs. And you know they're a little bit expensive because it's overseas and imported.
Yeah,
but,
it's an import.
Yeah, I'm okay. $10 for a 6-pack. That's like buying like really expensive, like
that's like a microbrewery.
Yeah, like local brew. You know, so I'm good. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay home if you can. If you're an essential worker, thank you for what you do. We love you.
Yes.
And stay blessed. Be safe. Stay logical. We'll talk to you later. Peace out. Bye.